of the over past the outside edge, but the others were all badly directed. Mitchell Johnson, he had runs taken off the over, and that's what happened in Lee's first over.
That's nicely played for the single. That one was straight. It's no wicket for 10. So the Indian lead now moves on to 128. So effectively they are no wicket for 128. I'm afraid to say that at the moment Johnson's not quite getting it right. The wind's right for him. He's got to try and get it a little closer to the stumps. I'm talking about the off stump really, because he's a bit straight at the moment. He's been a bit short initially. Not quite getting it right.
And it's time to get it right. He has not got time to waste it.
It's a better place to start out there. He'll be working really hard in the off season, and I suppose all the time and everything in the nets to try and get that wrist right. Try and get the sort of swing we saw produced by the Indians. They really did swing the ball beautifully during the Australian innings, especially while the ball was a little new. There's a bit of shine there. Oh, what a good shot. Beautifully played. That one did swing in a little bit. Sehwag closed the face of the bat on the ball into the gap at mid-wicket.
Just the way my mind was running before a ball was bowled in this innings. A very, very dangerous customer.
That pinged right out of the middle of the bat. He's not as powerful on his legs as he is through covers, so sometimes it's a safety move to bowl leg stump at him, but oh, don't get it wrong.
The point about him at the moment, Sehwag, is that he's done nothing flamboyant. Every run he's made has been beautifully crafted. Might be on the onside, or one where he played a lovely cover drive. He's done nothing flamboyant, yet he's 17 from 13.
And I think everyone else in the game realises that, but maybe not him at times. He's the one that thinks he has to keep going at that sort of rate. Jaffa now. Back up your theory, Richie, about this ordinary start by the two quicks in Australia. Mitchell Johnson's first over was very leg side, and that's easy pickings for Wasim Jaffa. It doesn't put any pressure on him. He's really struggling outside off, and of course Sehwag will pick him off powerfully. Must get it right. Do not waste this 55-minute stint you had at the Indian openers. A wicket, then get a new batsman in. Work for your second. Get it right now.
No.
That's a good call. Very good call. No straight away there from Sehwag. No wicket for 20. Brett Lee again. This is the start of his third over. He's been economical, but hasn't quite got it right either. So I shouldn't think it'll take much for Ponting, especially with 40 minutes or so, 39 minutes now to go, to change the bowlers around if they don't get it right quite quickly. There's no point in continuing. There's no swing there, although I think Brett Lee's just about to home in on that line and length. He's got Jaffa out so often. Well played. Jaffa driving through the offside for 4. That will give him a little more confidence.
Oh, won't it? Now, how many times have we heard Brett Lee say when he bowls his fastest, he doesn't run in very fast? We hear it every year at times where he gets himself out of a bad patch of form. Well, this evening he's gone back to steaming in. He's really running in and pushing hard for pace. He's not getting the results. He's really pushing there. He's not as balanced, not as composed and controlled as he has been all summer. This is pressure. This is pressure. Now Jaffa's onto him. Can you believe this? He's got the new ball. He's got a wind that's suiting him. Brett Lee. He's excited. He knows he needs to do the job and get a breakthrough or two. He's forgotten the rhythm. Just needs to really work on the initial basic first. Get the run up and rhythm as good as it has been all summer. First.
Great series he's had. He really has. 6 in the first Test match, 7 in the second. So that's 16 all up so far. And he's not finished yet. Still got this innings, and then of course the Adelaide Test match.
And he's now talking about gears that he's got. He's got first to fifth. He used to only have fifth. Now he can bowl within himself for spells that warrant that. At the moment, I think to me it looks like he's pushing for sixth. He needs to come back to 5.
Well bowled that time. 142 kilometres an hour. See if we can pick up what happened here. Hit the seam and bounced a little bit. Back leg.
Let's hope he's got an inside thigh guard. Oh, that smashes into the fleshy part of your right thigh. Not good, not good. Looks like there is a little bit of padding in there, that back leg.
It's the bruise on the inside of the back leg. That can go from the groin to the knee, can't it? If that hits you flush in the middle, or flush in the middle of the back leg. Well left. He's going to be doing his very best to leave as much as he can outside that off stump. It's no wicket for 24. So there's a summary of what's happened. India leads by 142. And it looks as if we're going to see a change in the attack now. Ponting not happy with the way Johnson has been bowling. He's only bowled 2 overs, no wicket for 14. The important thing, he just hasn't really got it right. He's not his line right.
Well, it's the thing a captain has to do. Might not be precisely what Mitchell Johnson wanted, but Ponting has decided that it's too expensive. Number 24 from 5, here's Stuart Clark. Earlier in the day, Adam Gilchrist made a brilliant 55 from 61 balls faced. And we have a delightful piece of memorabilia for you. Sporting memorabilia. It's Adam Gilchrist, the best of the best, and he's personally signed every piece of memorabilia. Limited edition of only 300 worldwide. Officially licensed by Cricket Australia and authenticated with an A-tag microchip. And it's Adam Gilchrist, best of the best. Just like that. He's standing back watching that delightful stroke from Sehwag, and he has smashed it away. Unusual for Stuart Clark. Perhaps a bit of pressure, more pressure than we thought. We know they're behind out there. And that is a long hop, and it's also 4. That time a great reply. Just going back to Adam Gilchrist, the best of the best. Limited edition of only 300 worldwide. 1300 720 552, and the website is official memorabilia, all one word, .com.au, and it is an absolute delight.
Well, things have certainly changed. We've gone from Johnson, who was a little all over the place, to Clark, who's got past the outside edge 3 times in 4 deliveries.
We'll put this as a piece of memorabilia too, and Brenda Sehwag will sign it for us all. This is Sehwag at his frustratingly best. That's Clark beating the outside edge. He bailed out of it. Then the short ball nailed over the point fielder. Then third one, nowhere near it, play and miss. And then his 4th one was a play and miss too. What's 5 and 6 going to be? Probably a 4 and a 6.
Yes, well, he's obviously going to stop taking chances outside that off stump. Not for long though.
Yeah, 1 ball in a row. He'll be getting bored about now.
Well, with a bowler's mind, which is what Stuart Clark has, he'll be trying, I reckon, to get this one to jag back from outside the off stump to Sehwag, on the basis that Sehwag might want to let it go, might not want to play a stroke at it after what's happened already in the over. Jag back from outside the off stump. Wrong again, none for 28.
Well, Brett Lee's getting another over. This will be the start of his 4th. And Jaffa plays that one very well. No ball called there. That one bounced a bit outside off stump. Played it nicely. The lead 146. So effectively, India no wicket for 146 in their 2nd innings.
What happened today, I wonder? I've got a theory about what happened, actually. They were 6 down for 297 overnight. Australia came out, knew they wanted to bowl extremely well because it was so hot. They were tired from yesterday. They even warmed up in the shadow of the light tower, which was extremely necessary. It was that hot this morning. Then they got through the 4 wickets. They got them out for 33 runs. Then I reckon the relief of getting off the field and the thought of maybe batting for 2 days underprepared their top order. I and they thought it was going to be a lot easier than it turned out to be, and they probably weren't up for the mental challenge of facing that swinging ball that India produced.
So what about a little bit of credit for the Indian bowlers? They didn't do a bad job either.
I don't know whether you were listening, or I just did that. I knew you weren't listening to that. I said they weren't mentally ready for the hard work that they needed to do to play that Indian attack. They were awesome, and Australia just off a peg or two because they just thought it was going to happen again. They got caught out today, I reckon, because they were that relieved to be in the dressing rooms.
Well, one way or the other, they got rolled, and they got rolled by some good bowling there. That Indian attack, they actually swung it. That makes a big difference. The Australians got undone by England as a result of some good swing bowling. That was when they lost the Ashes, and that happened today again.
Not quite as good as today, I don't think. That English swing was reverse, and later on in the life of the ball, the older ball. Today was just quality, conventional swing from left-handers who tried a lot.
Had a few messages in asking what we were talking about the dismissal of Sean Tate, how he was out, and what did we mean when we were talking about his pads. There's an inside edge, and his pads are unusual, and they've got a bit of bounce in them. I've never seen a ball bounce that far, and viewers may not have either.
This was interesting. You could see the indentation there. Obviously got a bit of spring in those pads. As the ball hit the pad, you can see the little indentation coming out after it left. If you keep a close eye on the pad, there it goes there, and up she comes all the way back. Just watch the pad. There's the indentation, and then it's gone.
This is a combination. I know a bit about these pads. It's a combination of high density foam and low density foam bonded together, and I reckon that ball hit the wrong one of them.
Well, because the idea is supposed to be dead, isn't it? Ball's supposed to drop. Horsehair better.
Yeah, I think it is supposed to absorb that impact and send it straight to the ground. Well, it was going to get to the ground at some stage.
So no wicket for 31. Sehwag on 21, doing what he always does. Comes out there, plays a few shots, scores at a run a ball, invariably quite a few boundaries. Oh, well bowled, and no ball. Managed to dig it out, and another one.
It's been a scrappy session for Australia. Scrappy when they needed skill. Tough test cricket. Jaffa's been convincing, 7 from 17. Not in much of a trouble, but they haven't got the ball in the right area as often as the rest of the series. Sehwag, his mouth-watering best, 22 from 27. Australia on the rack.
Straight to mid-on that time. The lead is 151.
Three slips in place. Redley operating. Man on the boundary at cover. Here comes Jaffa. almost gets a play and miss. The red face continues. Brett Lee, the effort certainly not lacking, that's for sure. As scrappy as the half hour has been, the effort of Johnson, Lee and now Clark can never be questioned. And India have their measure. And I welcome two men into the commentary box. Greggy and Richie have gone. Bill Laurie, unfortunately, not coming in at this stage because he'd be able to tell us all about how they like Cheezels. But Michael Slater's with Mark Taylor.
Dear, oh dear, that looks painful. Is it a Cheezle or a burger ring? Doesn't matter, but it's having a problem. I think it's stuck. I think that bird has a Cheezle stuck.
Lucky it's got a hole in it. Wouldn't be able to breathe.
It's no longer chirping, it's whistling.
If it was a cheese ball, it'd be in real trouble.
Stuart Clark trying desperately to get this first wicket for Australia. It's been India's day, and they showed perfect control and swing at times, and then having got 5 Australian wickets, just pulled the foot off the accelerator a little bit. And you go through the Indian stats, and there's a common trait there. A lot of sides they can have in trouble, and that's more with a new ball, and then there'll be a resurrection of an innings. But they've done well to dismiss Australia for 212. Certainly take it. And the batting is looking solid. Savar, just love the way he comes out. His approach is one full of attack, and 22 off 28. He goes hard. He gets in trouble for it at times and criticised for it because he's only one big shot away from looking bad in his dismissal.
You know why he gets criticised for it? Even though his average is up there and his experience is so high, it's because he doesn't seem to improve. He doesn't learn from it time and time again. And I've just said to Greggy and Richie, he's got to work a lot harder at becoming a better player.
The problem he has, though, is that he averages 50 in Test cricket by the way he plays. So when you say become a better player, become a safer player, it may actually score less runs, not occupy the crease a bit longer, but he might make some 4,000 runs already in 53 tests, averaging 49.5. It's pretty useful. I suppose the only thing you'd say, he doesn't, he gets a lot of low scores. He gets either 50s or 100s very quickly, or gets low scores, and as an opening batsman that's not always ideal. You like someone to see the shine off the new ball. That's probably the only mistake he makes.
Yeah, I don't want him spending any less time getting his runs, that's for sure, but I just want him to start to eliminate over the next 5 years. He's got 5 years to go, just eliminating that reckless dismissal shot.
Yeah, and it's all the starts, and that's the frustration to coaches, the captain and his fellow teammates at times. Look at the amount of times between 20 and 50, 27 times, 19, 11 and 0 to 10, not getting away 24 times. And that's the sort of frustration that he creates, but still the average is a tick under 50 for an opener is outstanding. And so is that shot. It is a cover drive, not perfectly timed, but all these runs increase the lead for India. They're well on top here at the Wacker.
I think the other thing that would have to happen for Virendra Sehwag to play his game, or change his game, would be to find a different opening partner. I think if you've got an opening partner, a bit like Wasim Jaffer, who tends to just occupy the crease and scores relatively slowly, it's imperative that Sehwag does score quickly. That's what he's done in this game, is at least he's asked questions of the bowlers. I saw in the first couple of test matches with Drav and Jaffer that didn't happen.
Well, I don't want him to change his game, Tubbs, but I want him to be better at his game. Number 37.
There's a quick look at what's happened so far in the Test match. Let's not forget, this is only day 2. So it's all happening. 3:30 to India, 2:12 to Australia. India no wicket for 37, and a change in the bowling. The wild thing, it's Tate coming into the attack. He was probably the only disappointment for Australia in their first inning bowling efforts. He just looked to be down on fitness, and that's understandable, given he's only played a couple of 2020 fixtures for South Australia. He's been waiting in the wings for 6 weeks, no 4-day games for 6 to 8 weeks. So match fitness not there, but certainly that ability to get a quick wicket tonight is there. And he will only get better and better with the more overs he bowls. He'll unleash some pace, but I think too he's just going to not try too hard and fight for that pace. Ian, you were talking about Brett Lee probably overstriding and operating in 5th gear instead of realising that probably in 3rd gear he'll find the same pace but more control. Sean Tate can't try too hard here. And straight away there's easy runs to the leg side.
Probably the one area you don't want to bowl to Wasm Jaffa. It's the safest survival shot he's got. On his pads, he's able to just stand it, work it, and then get a run. Got to be really nibbling outside, on and outside that off stump of his. And again, can't tolerate a scrappy couple of overs.
There's restraint from Sehwag. He was shaving up to really have a crack at that. You've got Chris Rogers on the deep point boundary, and I'd be inclined almost to have a fly slip. You've seen batsmen over the years get caught in the fly slip or 3rd man area. But that sort of shot, you can hit it top edge and it'll fly, and it's happening as we speak. Phil Jake's going down there, and that's not a bad ploy, because I'm not sure that if Sehwag gets another one in that area that he can restrain 2 balls in a row. Phil Jake's right back on the rope. The shorter boundaries here at the Wacker are the straight boundaries. And still 2 slips in place. Wild delivery and a no ball as well. 0 dear.
Well, Phil Jakes will want to make sure he stays down on that rope, 2 at 3rd man. Sean Tate bowling around about 150 k's. There he is at bottom of the screen. That's Phil Jakes down there. You want to stay right down there, because if Sean Tate does bowl a quick ball, it's going to... And Sehwag will throw the bat at it. It'll fly a long way.
He's in those nervous 20s for him as well. And nicely ducked under. I think he's looking a little bit more subdued. He's played some scorching cover drives. He's got this flick to the onside, but it's mainly the offside. It is his powerhouse shots, but I think he's looking quite constrained. He's always going to play and miss and flash a few times. But, he's a guy that you'll pay your $20 to watch. When he's out there, you are glued to what's happening.
Yeah, that's right. I want him out there longer. Value for the 20.
And that's the top edge, but it'll run too fine. Phil Jakes can't get there. So that's the idea. That's why Ricky Ponting has got the 3rd man in place. It's not just a shot saving position, it's also an aggressive catching position at times.
That's the beauty, though, for India, that he's going to play shots. If it goes from Virender Sehwag's point of view, he feels, well, I'd be unlucky to find the man down there. But keep playing with shots. Hit it out the middle of the bat. It's probably going to go square of Phil Jakes. And the thinner edge, like that one, races away for 4 as well. So there's a fair bit of risk in that for the Australian point of view, that give away quite a few runs while they're trying to get him out in that fashion.
That's just easy pickings for Sehwag. Sean Tate doesn't want to waste too many deliveries. It's a great opportunity he's got tonight to get that 1 or 2 wickets for Australia and make up for not really being too potent in the first innings. He's a genuine wicket taker. If he gets it right, he can run through a couple of the Indian batsmen.
None for 45. One ball less than 9 overs. 5 and over they've come out and blazed.
Oh, nice shave there. He gets it right and he can actually take the ball away. That's a good finish. We'll take a lot from that. No wicket for 45. It's a beautiful evening here in Perth. It's been a very hot day into the low 40s. Stuart Clark continuing. And that's that lovely forward defence of Wasim Jaffer. And now another time to remind you of a fantastic show coming in February to Channel 9. It's Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles. It's an action-packed new series. It picks up from the blockbuster Terminator 2 and follows Sarah Connor's fight to protect her son and save humanity. And that is a much watch. That's coming in February. I know that Heels and Tubby are going to be glued to it, as well as myself.
Will not be going anywhere.
I'm just trying to think of another Terminator line. You got one for me, Heels? A nice leave.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yes, I'll be back.
What was that thing we saw just coming back from the break? It was a cloud, wasn't it? We haven't seen clouds for 2 days here. It has been stinking hot.
Finally some relief for the players out there. It's been a very hot day, but it hasn't stopped India bowling well in the conditions. I suppose where they come from, you get down around Chennai and Kolkata and it's very humid and hot. So I know, talking to Rahul Dravid, he said, oh, it's fine here because these are open cricket grounds. And that's in the air and taken. Oh, what a straightforward catch. And a nothing sort of shot from Jaffer. He has just handed his wicket over at a crucial time for Australia.
He's got a real problem there, Wasim Jaffer, hasn't he? That's another dismissal caught behind somewhere. This time it's a thicker edge. Stuart Clark straight to Mike Hussey. It's not the sort of shot you want to see from an opening batsman with about 15 minutes left in the day's play. India 1 for 45.
And finally a breakthrough for Australia here at the Wacker. 1 for 45, India. It gives them a lead of 163. And night watchman Irfan Pathan gets an opportunity once again for his country to bat up the order. He has opened only once, I believe, and scored a 93 in his second innings against Sri Lanka. And that's why he has an average of 30. He's regarded as a bowling all-rounder. Bowling is his priority. Taking wickets is his priority, but he chips in nicely with the bat as well. And he's out there to make sure, or to stop Rahul Dravid coming in tonight. And at times the night watchman is used to effect, and other times it doesn't work at all. Stuart Clark on the roll. A nice start and a big shout straight away. Putting the pressure on Billy Bowden. It looked pretty straight. Did it pitch in line though?
I thought about the squeezy sound it made. Was it bat on pad and back to Stuart Clark? Which one did the umpire knock back? He obviously knocked both of them back, but was he thinking about both of them? Or just one? The LBW shout. Then Clark caught the catch and turned around and reappealed. Pitched on leg. Tie. Hasn't hit the bat. LBW's out of the equation. Now Clark ends up with it in his hand.
He's got his steam up, that's for sure, Stuart Clark. Charging in more than you normally would. That pace is up, high 130s. And there was always going to be a big shout because these are looking close, but in reality, the bounce most times, if it's on a good length, it's going to save the batsman.
Yeah, Stuart Clark was always going for the catch. He was never looking at the LBW. He always thought it was a bit leg side and a bit high. That last replay showed that it missed the bat, so good decision. May well have been another noise in there with bat on pad or something like that, but Stuart Clark was never confident of the LBW, but he was hopeful, I think, of a catch.
Now Patan finds himself in this situation again. It was only last night he was copping this from Brett Lee. Around the wicket, hitting his handle of the bat, hitting the high on the stickers of his bat, and now he's got Stuart Clark, night 2 of the match, steaming in. 3 slips, gully, pressure.
It's a solid shot, played nicely into mid-off. It's a wicket made, 1 for 45. Tate action. That's the replay, and this is it in live. And that's the swinging deliveries. Just the last ball of his first over. He got it to swing away in the nice channel. That was a bit straight, but a bit of late movement.
Quite a low arm action. A short Tate. Quite a low action, full stop for a tall man. Quite often he will get that swing away. Because of that low, quite low arm action. He's got to get the line right though. At the moment he's struggling. I thought last over he got only about 1 ball right where he wanted it. I thought the other 5 or 6 just weren't quite there, and his pace is not quite there at the moment.
3 slips to the night watchman. And there again, the line wrong, drifting into the pads of the left-handed Batan. He comes back for 2. Again, that's his role, to protect the batsman that's out there, the recognised batsman. He's also there protecting number 3, Rahul Dravid. So,
well, I was just going to ask you that. I was just going to ask both of you to that. What is his role? Is it to protect both, like you just said, or just the next one? Bearing in mind that Sehwag has got his eye in, he's a class act.
Yeah.
Why should this bloke protect him?
Well, I think in theory he's there to protect the number 3. That's why he's out there, and he's also there to protect, was the last over, the recognised batsman. But in saying that, I don't think Sehwag should be trying to run to the opposite end. I think he's got to take the strike if he can and keep playing his natural way. There's a wide from Shaun Tate, so the accuracy is an issue for him at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're only there really to protect the next batsman. I think you're out there batting with an opening batsman who's averaging 50 in Test match cricket. You just play normally. There's a run there, you take it. If there's 2, you take the 2. So his job is that he's batting instead of Rahul Dravid, who they want to save for tomorrow. He's not batting there for Virendra Sehwag.
No ball, so seeing wide, no ball. And these are all valuable. The lead increasing all the time for India. Staying with the night watchman theory for a second. He's probably the right guy to have as a night watchman, given he can bat. He gets through tonight. He's not going to slow proceedings down too much the next day. So often, if a night watchman gets through, then he can bog you down the next day, and you lose that impetus that you would normally carry if you had your proper batsman in there.
I think it's quite ironic that we're looking at Sehwag and Pathan batting together. We're talking about these guys now for 2 test matches in Sydney and Melbourne. And I think more often than not we thought at least one of them should be playing, Sehwag and possibly Pathan. And now they're out there playing. Pathan's got wickets today. He's a useful bat who can make 100. If he can bat long enough, Sehwag can win a game very quickly. So I'm just surprised he's taken India 2 test matches to play them.
Bounce was pretty well on target. Not sure it was the most sensible delivery, but it was on line at least.
Comfortably ducked, and here's the action. Tufts, he gets his arm on delivery. He's got this long, low delivery stride. Good run in and everything. Very strong, powerful man. Then the arm, the position the arm starts to get into there. There's heaps of turns and twists that any bowling coach has got to understand, so that he can fix anything that's going astray. But everything in the end comes back towards the bowler, towards the batsman, with good force.
I think the thing that amazes me the most about Sean Tate is how low he gets when he bowls. Generally, you'll see a bowler like Brett Lee, sure, they'll finish off very low in the follow-through, but look how low he is when he actually lets the ball go. That's what surprises me.
And that's because of that front knee bend. It has to be. Right, that's sort of taking him down into a low position. He hasn't got a strong support there for the back buckles. I think with Brett Lee, he really locks that front leg in, so he comes over that front leg and he can keep his back more upright. So that's a batsman, of course, coming up with bowling theories, but
It's a true sign how strong he is.
Yeah, that's better, but it's a no ball. So it's probably a confidence thing at the moment. His uniqueness is his action, and it is different, and that's what batsmen find hard to get in tune with.
And now he's been told to hurry up, so he doesn't lock up, as you say. He doesn't lock up, and that's what generates speed. It's like a seatbelt on a crash test dummy. The head just whips forward, and that's what Brett Lee does. He locks up the front side, and the back side rips through.
And that's a wide, so in an urgency to get this over completed so they can get another one in, he's rushed it, and that's probably going to be a day. He's now sprinting back to the back of his mark. This will probably be the last ball of the day. I don't think now there's been too many extras. 3 to this. He's got to really concentrate. This could be a wicket ball.
Well, Pathan, you can't really blame him for pulling away there. Sean Tate's lost his run up here. He's looking down and, oh no, I've lost it there. He's trying to keep going. And then in the end, the batsman pulled away.
I reckon he blamed the batsman. The gall of the man. Now there's a fellow, Xavier Doherty in Tasmania. He does this on purpose in 2020 games. I don't think that was on purpose.
And that one going through to the keeper, Adam Gilchrist, wanting to run to the other end, but time will be called. Day 2 completed of this 3rd test match. And hard to believe that it's only day 2. We've seen so much cricket, and there's a bowler who's just lacking a little bit of confidence. That's something he can work on, and his players will help him out. So there's the summary, 330 to India. They would be disappointed this morning that they weren't able to get 350 plus. Australia only able to make 212, and India in their second innings 1 for 52. That means India lead by 170 runs. Well, as I said, only day 2 has been completed. Hard to believe. We've seen so much cricket, so much action, and there's more to come tomorrow for day 3. Join us again. It's bye for now.
The 3 Mobile Test Series, another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.
This program is brought to you by All Financial's Raj Sekhar.
The mortgage magician, Raj Sekhar, and award-winning team. Raj Sekhar, a name you can trust. The very latest from the world of sports.
Crushed by the bowlers and then decimated by the batsmen. The investigations into the mysterious Bob Woolmer case continue.
And what's making showbiz news.
Now we do get a second SRK, this time in wax.
Will Smith is the most powerful actor in Hollywood.
Afternoon news, weekdays at 9:30 a.m. on NDTV 24/7.
Welcome to highlights of the first Super 6 match. It's being played at Super Sports Park Centurion, that's near Johannesburg, and it's between Australia and Sri Lanka. This is the way the table looks at the moment. Now bear in mind the points on the right hand side are the ones brought through from the group matches. They're the points with which all those teams start. The Australians on top with 12 and Kenya 10, and Sri Lanka beating Australia today have 7.5. Now then, the two teams for today's game, they were announced at the toss. Matthew Hayden, Adam Gilchrist, Ricky Ponting, Damien Martin, Darren Lehman, Michael Bevan and Ian Harvey in for Andrew Simons, who's injured. May take him a little time to get back into the side. Brad Hogg, Brett Lee, Andy Bickle and Glenn McGrath. Now the Sri Lankan side, Marvin Adapadu, Sano Jayasuriya, Hashan Tilakaratne, Aravinda De Silva, Mahela Jayawardene, who needs a score, Russell Arnold, Kumar Sangakkara, Chaminda Vas, Matthias Muralitaran, Ilhara Fernando and Pulasti Guratna. Ricky Ponting won the toss. The pitch looked an absolute beauty. He decided Australia would batter on it. The openers are Matthew Hayden and Adam Gilchrist. Your commentators Tony Gregg and Ian Healy.
These are the two guys, two of the best that they've ever been as far as opening the batting is concerned in one-day international cricket. Gilchrist and Hayden. Will they do some serious damage out there today? So Matty Hayden, 61 matches at an average of 45. That's a great average.
These two teams have played each other a lot. They had the Australian summer together, as you said, Tony, and I think the Sri Lankan confidence has stepped up twice. Once after South Africa, they had a series here, and then they went to Australia. So it's been good preparation. Let's see how good.
So straight away, Chaminda Vas is on target. Very important part of this lineup. Oh, that's a good shot. That's up there on leg stump, and it'll go for 4. This is a carpet-type outfield. And that was right off the middle of the bat. It's right into the slot as far as Gilchrist is concerned, so he's got 5.
Well, thank you. He's bunted one down the ground for a single. He's in good form, and then he gets a beautiful half volley. Well and truly outside leg stump. These types of opportunities are going to come up against this bowling attack if we just spend some time at the top order.
Well, that's well played. That's a lovely pull shot. You can't bowl short and expect to get away with it to Matthew Hayden. That was hit like a rocket in front of square.
I was worried there was no protection out for Gilchrist as well.
And I'm afraid it's going to be more of that unless they do something just a little bit different. Now, this is what leadership's all about.
His answer so far is to tell Dilhara Fernando to warm up that Gunaratne hasn't got the seam right. Opening the bowling today, the seam's all over the place. Hayden across his stumps, just plants the feet, cracks it through covers. Wickets in hand is really important for Australia. So that if it really does cause some trouble, they've got enough resources to still post a total.
Oh, it's a lovely shot. Gilchrist, once again, just a bit too much width from Gunaratne. Gilchrist doesn't need too many invitations when you bowl that sort of line.
Yes, you really cannot bowl wide off the stumps to Gilchrist. That's the area where he revels in. Hits it uppishly, but all the same, he's got the ability to get it into the gaps. It's hit with a great deal of power. It's not much for the Sri Lankan bowlers. There's been just a hint of swing earlier on with the new ball, but there's been very little off the pitch.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. A couple of paces down the pitch, made it into a full toss and pummeled it down the ground. 50's up, 53 without loss after 8. Oh, like that. That's over the top on the leg side. Gilchrist is finding a liking to this bowling at the moment.
Certainly has found the pitch to his liking, and the Sri Lankan bowling hasn't really shown the sort of aggression that we have seen it come along earlier on. It was hit virtually on the up on the front foot and hitting it to that vacant area. It's having no difficulty at all, not much bounce.
This time he uses his feet. That's good batting. That's a lovely shot. And we talked about him getting back to the short ball. On this occasion, he uses his feet.
Yes, very fine use of the feet. Got up to the pitch of it, but was always prepared to take the aerial route, realizing the man was in the circle out there. He's always aiming in that region between long on and mid-wicket.
There was a noise there, and maybe two noises. Sri Lankan certainly think so, and he's given him. Billy Bowden's taken a long time. Well, there were certainly two noises. Now, was it inside edge onto pad, or was it bat hitting boot or bat hitting ground and then the ball onto the pad? Matthew Hayden's not all that happy about it.
Yes, umpire Billy Bowden took a long time over his decision, but the Sri Lankans went up in unison as soon as ball hit the pad or the bat. Oh, I think Hayden was quite unlucky there. But the Sri Lankans, they will take anything at this stage. So Hayden's gone, caught Tilakaratne of Muralidharan's bowling for 22, 75 for 1.
Australian one-day captain Ricky Ponting is the new man. Places Matthew Hayden, who may have been a little unlucky. We feel, sitting up here in the commentary box anyway, yes, it was the Dusra, or the one that goes the other way. Just watch the ball out of the hand from Muralidharan. Their seam is scrambled, the ball goes straight on it, doesn't spin away from the left-hander. Comes out the back of the hand, skids on. Hayden's trying to work it. He may well have picked it. He was trying to work it on the onside. It was flew to the man at bat pad, and unfortunately for Matthew Hayden, Billy Bowden agreed with Mutai Muralidharan. Took him a long while, but in the end, the spinner got his man. That's short. You don't see that very often from Muralidharan, and he's punished. 81 for 1, Australia after 13.
That's pretty nice controlled stroke. He didn't hit it too hard, just got himself almost to the pitch of the ball and then really just chipped it away.
This is very difficult for the Sri Lankan bowlers, bowling against Adam Gilchrist in the first 15 overs. They have had to bring on the spinners because the seamers haven't done anything out of the ordinary. That's gone again. That's gone a very long way. He's a strong man. That's 6.
He gave that plenty. The first one was controlled. It's 99 for 1 and 15 gone. Go and fetch it, but don't get in the road of it.
Well, I think Sri Lanka were happy that the first 15 overs were completed so that they could put a few more fielders out onto the boundary. But it doesn't really matter where you put them if they're going to be hit that far.
What placement. Absolutely brilliant. 114 for one and 16 overs gone. That's a lovely shot. The shout of anguish came from the bowler, Dilara Fernando.
Played that quite easily, Ricky Ponting. Line a bit wrong for the field that has been set. I certainly don't want to be bowling leg stump with just 3 men on the onside and 2 of them behind the square.
Yeah, mate. Might look for 2 again here. In the set. Coming. That's, oh, he's missed the stumps again. Well, that's twice Sangakkara's missed the stumps. Once was with the stumping off Murali Dhuran. This time was the throw from Aravinda de Silva. It was a good throw. It was a flat bounce throw from Aravinda. And Ponting was diving, but he may well have been out had Sangakkara taken the bails the first time.
Yes, he probably, it would have been close, but they teach you've got to get the bails off first time, otherwise you really are struggling. Have a little look at this one. Let's see. There he are. I think he may well have just been out. By inches, he would have been gone. That's the second occasion now that Ponting has been led off by Sangakkara. It may well have been that he was out-stumped as well. There he goes, trying to get the bails off, misses the stumps, and let's start. This will tell us. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, if he had taken him, he was gone. He hadn't even reached the line. Well, he reached the line. His gloves already passed. So, a big miss.
That's beautiful play. Just deliberate bounce up from Dilara Fernando. It wasn't dragged short. He was looking for a wicket. Adam Gilchrist was in position, very smartly put it away.
Yes, he does play that shot beautifully. He really does. And, of course, a really good batsman. Play the cut shot and the pull shot whenever the opportunity presents itself. And more often than not, if they're good drivers, they create a situation where bowlers get desperate. They try and avoid pitching it up because they're fearful of getting smashed down the ground for 4, which is what Gilchrist does. Then they drop it short, of course, and he plays that sort of shot. No real answers in a case like Gilchrist.
And that's 4 more. Well, one mistake on that occasion from the bowler. I believe the bouncer was a deliberate ploy from Dilara Fernando to try and get a wicket. But that one's just a bad ball. And you can't bowl bad balls to Adam Gilchrist in this sort of mood.
Yes, it only has to be marginally wide of the fieldsman. He hits it so well that he's going to beat the fieldsman.
Full toss, and that's gone a long way. It's gone over the first lot of seats on the grass and into the temporary stand.
A full toss to Ricky Ponting around about stump high is the sort of delivery that's going to end up going all but out of the ground, which is exactly what happened here. Just look at this. This is an awful delivery. He's smashed it. It's gone over the top of the umbrellas there. You can see it coming down now and hits the rail and bounces up into that top tier.
It's in the air and he's dropped him. Well, he was thinking about the boundary. Got the ball he was after, maybe a fraction close. And Murali Dhuran has put him down.
Murali doesn't drop many. He must have misread the pace that he's hit this one at him. It may well have been that he shouldn't have been diving as well. I don't think there was any real necessity for a dive there. That's probably what messed him up at the end of the day. There we are. Look, he's catching that without diving. And it's gone in and straight out. It's hit the hard part of his hand. He's really just pushed it past the post. Yes, he'll be very disappointed in that.
For 2 again. This time they're coming. Bit of a stutter, and this one's hit the stumps. That one could well be out. It's a direct hit. Adam Gilchrist has looked towards the change rooms, but he's heading back. But this time there was also a stutter in the calling, and this time it was a direct hit.
That was a wonderful throw to get rid of these Australians who run very well between the wicket. More often than not, you've got to affect a direct hit. Well, Gilchrist has gone back to have a chat to Ponting. Ponting was the one that struggled. Gilchrist is off a little bit late. Look, he's struggling here. This has got to be out. Oh, yes. Well, we're going to have to slow it down to be absolutely sure, but I reckon that he's out by about 6 inches. Yep, the stumps are broken. The bails are all over the place. 99, and Adam Gilchrist has been run out. That's a tragedy. Well, Moodley didn't do it. He was bowling, but it was a brilliant throw that got rid of Adam Gilchrist. 180 for 1.
It certainly was a brilliant throw. Needed to be a direct hit. Gilchrist is left stranded on 99. He's disappointed. Only 88 balls faced. Australia are 180 for 2. Damien Martin is the new man for Australia. 120 matches. Superb throw. Found Adam Gilchrist only 5 or 8 centimetres out.
Well, that's nice. Ponting deserves it. I think this has been a clever innings of his. I don't think he's been at his best, and yet he's got 52 from 66 balls. So it's a very thoughtful captain stop.
They never stop amazing everyone here at the ground. Chaminda Vaas bowled his best over last over. You can expect the Australians might want to have a look at what he's going to produce this over, but no. Straight down the wicket and smashed over mid-off.
I'd rather like to look at that. And that. I think Billy Bowden likes signalling sixes.
200 up for Australia with a crashing shot. So little difference between the one he hit down the ground, the other one he worked onto the leg side, or this one which he smashes aerially over mid-wicket, and that's long. That's right up at the base of the scoreboard. A very big hit once again. He hit a full toss on the other side of the ground a long way, but that one's just as far.
That's a magnificent stroke. That has gone flat and fast. 208 for 2, 33 gone, and that is a magnificent over for Ponting and for Australia.
He follows up his over of 1 run the over before with one of 20. Ricky Ponting, that got to this man who took a beauty in the outfield very quickly. Fast and flat. So much for a good over. The best over of the innings, last over by Chaminda Vaas.
Gosh, that was a good hit. Just flat and kept going. Nicely held.
Oh, he's hit that one well. That's over the top. It's bouncing away down to the boundary for 4. That's very well played by Ponting. He's committed himself to targeting the infield today, hitting it over the infield and gaining 4s that way.
Was making batting look so simple. Ponting, just look at the use of the feet, the positioning, and cracking it away on the offside. It's absolute brilliant batsmanship, virtually playing in his sleep.
Oh, he's got that way fine, and that'll go for 4. This is a carpet-like outfield. It's just gone running over the outfield. Absolute waste of time, even trying to chase that to the boundary. Little bottom edge beating the fieldsman at 45 degrees. That now brings up the 250 in the 40th over. Oh, he's gone for that one. That's a 6. That's a big 6 as well. It's way up onto the hill, and he's put it down. Well, the catching of the crowd's been pretty good today, but some butterfingers up there.
What a wonderful shot there by Ponting. Great use of the feet. As he saw Muralidharan giving that ball a little bit of air, he was after it and really hit the meat of the bat. What a great shot.
He's got it away fine. Yes, he's done it. That's Ricky Ponting's 12th one-day international 100. It's also his 4th as captain, by the way. He's 3rd against Sri Lanka. He's played very, very well today.
What a fine innings here by Ponting. He's certainly enjoying the job of captain and also rounding it up with this great display of batting. What a wonderful display. He's given this crowd plenty of enjoyment. It's a big crowd here, and what a fine innings by this Australian captain.
Yes, he's taken to the captaincy like a duck to water. He really has. He's handled it absolutely superbly. Oh, he's had a go at that one, and that's flying away down towards the mid-wicket boundary as well. One bounce and into the crowd for 4. Don't bowl short to Ponting.
This pitch certainly is very unforgiving, just a trifle short, and he pounces on that. It's powered away for 4. It's so powerful, Ricky Ponting, and just shrivels around as he sees that go.
Well, that's a little short. He's hit that hard. It's going over the south field. I think it'll be 4. Yes, it's a very good shot on the up, wide of mid-off. Well, that was very good placement.
Well, anything short is treated with real contempt, as if it is a little bit short, and hit it on the up with such great power. There's a man down at deep mid-off, but he really couldn't get to it at all.
That's fair. We've said it on numerous occasions, but boy, the ground staff here deserve a pat on the back. They've kept this outfield in absolutely immaculate condition.
Oh, it's a short one, straight up in the air. Sangakkara should get this, and he does. And that ends Ricky Ponting's wonderful innings. Thinking about, I think, originally charging that delivery. Fernando may have seen him coming. Bowled a good short ball.
Not the easiest man to hook in the world, Ilhara Fernando. Has some sharp bounces. We saw the slower bouncer earlier on. This one certainly wasn't the slower one. It got onto Ricky Ponting very, very quick indeed. Very simple task, that one for Sangakkara, but the end of an excellent knock from Ricky Ponting. 114 of 109 deliveries. It's 293 for 3.
293 for 3 as Darren Lehmann is now out in the middle of Centurion Park, replacing Ricky Ponting, and Darren Lehmann's been in good touch in this World Cup so far.
Went straight up. Missed the stumping earlier on, missed the run out earlier on, but not the catch.
There's no doubt Ricky Ponting was setting himself for the big slog over mid-wicket. Back foot went across and the front foot went forward, ready to mow something over what they call cow corner. I think Fernando suspected something like that, fired in a very good short delivery, caught him off guard. Well, it's up in the air. This should be out as well. Oh, Fieldsman's lost it in the sun. Hashan Tilakaratne's the fieldsman. He did not get a hand on it. Martin survives. 302 for 3. Hashan Tilakaratne just loses this in the sun altogether. At the end, he doesn't even go for it. Spare a thought for the bowler. He should have another wicket next to his name. Oh, it's just beaten the man at mid-wicket. That'll be 4 for Lehmann. Excellent piece of improvisation from Darren Lehmann. We saw it quite a bit against Namibia in the game at Potchefstroom, this sort of shot. Played that one very well.
So that Jazzy right on the edge of the circle. Perhaps he thought he had a chance of catching it. Slow ball from Gunaratne. Almost. Almost. Not quite.
Martin should get at least 1 for this. In fact, Lehmann will get back comfortably for 2. It's Darren Lehmann's, sorry, Damien Martin's half century.
Very good half century again for Damien Martin.
Oh, he's bowled him. Damien Martin expecting on this occasion the short one. Fernando has bowled his last few overs very well and deserved the wicket of Damien Martin.
Lara Fernando has decided, well, I can't depend on these fielders, let me do it all on my own. Full, straight, you miss, I hit. That's usually the tactic at this end of the innings. Has worked again. 313 for 4.
Australia with 313 for 4, and Michael Bevan's been given a spell. Ian Harvey is the new man coming in at number 6. This is normally where we see Michael Bevan come in. Maybe after his match-winning performance at Port Elizabeth, he's been given a reprieve for his last 5 deliveries. This is the reason that Harvey's out there. Good bowling. Tell Fernando should have had Martin out last over. Caught going to hit. This time he does it all himself.
Finally, he says.
Oh, and that's straight to one of them. Darren Lehman, no luck there. He hit that pretty well, but he picked out Aravinda de Silva, who was fielding, as suggested, right on the fielding restriction circle, and he took a comfortable catch.
Lara Fernando strikes again. And what length was this? Suppose he was trying to get it perhaps a bit fuller than it actually was, but still a lot better than being short. Aravinda de Silva won't drop those. Been around too long. 3-1-4 for 5.
Michael Bevan is the new man for Australia. He has 3 balls to face in this innings.
Sri Lanka certainly needed to take some wickets in the latter stages. Otherwise, Australia would have just carried on, scoring at well over 6 runs and over. That was a dismissal of Darren Lehman. He knew it was going straight to Aravinda.
It's nicely struck them. Harvey's hit the boundary with it. That is a superb finish to the Australian innings. Fernando on this occasion dragging one down, and Harvey guessing right. Played the front foot pull shot. Absolutely hammered it through mid-wicket. So after 50 overs, Australia are 5 for 319.
And what a way to end the innings. Last ball and powerfully hit. Very powerfully hit. Hit down on it as well, Ian Harvey. Slapped it through the mid-wicket region. 319 runs on the board. That's a big target for Sri Lanka.
That's a magnificent batting card for the Australians, 319 for 5. Great opening stand between Gilchrist and Hayden. Then Gilchrist went on with Ponting, 99 for him, and Ponting 114. They put on 106 in the same number of balls. Martin 52, Lehman 10, Harvey was unbeaten on 5, and Bevan on 1, 319 for 5. And the bowling figures: Vasanan for 59, Gunaratne none for 46, De Silva none for 36, Muralidharan was the best of them, 1 for 47 from 10. Arnold had 21 taken from 2. Fernando, I thought, came back well after being worn twice and could have been taken out of the attack. He finished up with 3 for 47, bowling at the death, and he bowled 9 overs in all. Jayasuriya had 59 taken from 10. Now the target is 320, and Sri Lanka have a very, very powerful batting lineup. The opening batsman, Sanat Jayasuriya, and the right-hander, Marvin Adapadu. It's a big ask, but this is a small ground with a fast outfield, and it is an absolute belter of a pitch. And that's the stroke. That's his signature cover drive. 4 off the first over. McGrath bowled it well, but Adapadu was equal at the end. 6 for no wicket, 2 overs. Now the batsman just conferring with Billy Bowden, the umpire, so he wants the magic spray. Didn't seem to me as though it hit him on the hand, but perhaps it did.
So that was the last delivery from Brett Lee's over. I think it's beaten the inside edge, and quite freakish. It's hit the underhand or the bottom hand of the bat. It's probably way the back of the wrist. And that ball was around the 150k/h mark.
Well, 4 years ago, Brendan Julian in Australia hit him in the spot they're holding there and broke a bone. Might have hit him on the bare arm, but I've got a feeling that it's hit on the glove and that has jarred it up, and it looks as though he's in a pretty bad way. Hashan Tilakaratne, another left-hander, is coming out. That was the last ball at Brett Lee's over. Now there's the spot where he shouldn't bowl. Mark Taylor's already pointed out that there are only 2 men on the onside. Well, a direct hit would have been interesting there, but then so will it be if that's negated by the ball having gone for 4.
No, Andrew Bickle's done well there. It was an excellent chase to start with. They got back for 4 in the end anyway.
It's gone very fine. Didn't go all the way.
Fourth 4 of the innings. A little bit of width, not too much. Tilakaratne's had enough. He's had enough defending. He throws the bat at it, gets the end of it, and beats Brett Lee.
That's a good shot. That's a very good shot. 2 men placed in that particular region for the short ball in the ribs. He just flicked it away.
It's a hot day here at Centurion. I think Brett Lee might be tiring here, or is it the fact that the right and lefties have now got on top in this little portion of the match? Very red in the face, and that was a fantastic shot by Adapatu again. Just a little too much leg side. Would have been a very good delivery, and has been, to the left-hander, but not so to Adapatu.
Caught. That was very well done by Brett Lee.
Gone 3 short balls. Have been well handled by Adapatu. This time floats it up, Brett Lee. Mind you, floats it at 150 k's an hour, and then has the presence of mind to look up and snatch that. Adapatu was on top there for that over, but that's it. Lee's got his man. 1 ball in the 10th over remaining, 42 for 1.
Jayawadena, the new batsman for Sri Lanka, has done absolutely nothing in this tournament so far. Could this day be his day? That was a dismissal of Marwan Adapatu. Well, isn't he happy? Well played. Very well played.
Slowly starting to happen for Tilakaratne. He moves to 21 from 35, but he watches this all the way out of the hand, off the pitch, and he doesn't try anything, just goes with it. And past Ian Harvey.
Edged and gone. The bad run continues for Mahela Jayawadena.
Back-to-back ducks against Australia for Mahela. This is just pace and line. It's left out there for him. And of course the fishing blade. When you're not in form, haven't got great control over what it's going to do for you. It didn't do a lot for Jayawadena on this occasion. 46 for 2, the Sri Lankans.
Well, from a man with absolutely no form at all to a man that's in peak form, Aravinda De Silva.
Oh, that's got to be out. He's bowling. The stumps are all over the place. The bails are flying. Tilakaratne's little battle with these fast men from Australia has come to an end. Well, that was another good delivery, and McGrath has got a wicket. Let's have another look at it. Good delivery, this one.
Tilakaratne, some sort of resistance, but the bat nowhere. Certainly should have got forward to that delivery, and he sees that off stump knocked off. His resistance coming to an end. Tilakaratne walks away, 47 for 3.
Russell Arnold's the new batsman. Can he do something in the face of what has been fantastic bowling?
And this was how Tilakaratne went. Sort of misjudged the length, went behind and was beaten for pace. Ball going between bat and pad. That bat certainly very angular.
Well, that's got to be close. Yes, that's LBW. Brett Lee has got him jumping around all over the place, and when it's straight, he finds them on the crease. And when you're on the crease and the ball is straight, you've got a good chance of being out LBW.
Yes, Brett Lee did soften up Russell Arnold with those short bit deliveries. He was very tentative, as you would see, and just that rather unsettled nudge forward, wrapped without that long stride, and there was no doubt in umpire Shepherd's mind. Russell Arnold goes 48 for 4.
Oh, he's hit that nicely. That was pitched on leg stump and smacked away down towards square leg. So Harvey being whipped away because he was too straight.
A good looking shot by Sangakkara. He's a very wristy player. As soon as that straight on the leg side, he whipped it away. That would give him some sort of confidence. He certainly needs that.
He's hit that beautifully. That's a magnificent shot. That's Aravinda at his best. He's hit that into the crowd. Well, perhaps things will start looking up for the Sri Lankans. A short delivery, and Aravinda has played a beautiful hook shot.
Oh, Aravinda is displaying his class here. He picks that up very well. As Tony did mention earlier on, he picks up length quickly, and that's why he's got all that time. He hits it right over. The timing was absolutely impeccable.
.77 for 4 with that boundary for Aravinda De Silva, and 20 overs gone.
It's gone fine as well. That one, his leg buys, all counts for 4 runs.
That's a single into the gap to Hogg. He'll have a shy. It's a direct hit. Sangakkara's stretching. We've seen the effect of direct hits time and time again. What's this one like for Hogg?
Oh, yes, it's gone. That might be. Yes, it's gone. There's no doubt about that. So Sangakkara's fighting knock comes to an end.
The Australians had all gone back to their positions. They didn't think it was out. They get the decision and they all have to regather around Hogg. All of a sudden it's become a good piece of fielding again. Sangakkara gone.
Oh yes, these direct hits, they certainly can spell bad news for the batsman. There you are. That's that throw, a very good throw. In fact, hardly saw other than one stump, and Sangakkara just that little bit short. Sri Lanka lose their 5th wicket or just 100. So the new batsman, Shamin Dawaz. Shamin Dawaz has got very little to show as a batsman, but the Sri Lankan said they need to try and lengthen this innings as much as possible to give Aravinda De Silva some sort of support. He'll need to come up with some sort of good innings. And the reason he's there is because Sangakkara went through a brilliant throw by Hogg, as you would see. Just saw one stump.
He got it in the hand nicely and readjusted it into the fingers so that